This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.
The views expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of WPSL. However, we're the ones that have encouraged you all along to like and share them on social media and with all your friends and neighbors because it's about the science of caring. Careology, presented by CareBag and hosted by Roxy Brown.
Good morning, Cliff. Happy Monday. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good for a Monday.
For a Monday, happy Monday to everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. This is Roxy, your Careologist here, and I am so happy to be here. And first of all, I want to say thank you to all of you who were praying for my grandbaby's successful surgery. Everything went well, and she is doing great, and she is back in school because this is family. So we're just going to keep it real. And she's doing so well. And those that worry about me, I'm okay. But it's all good. She's important. It's all good. For those that are tuning in with us for the first time, thank you. And we are just reminding everyone for the last 3 years, we have been on Tuesday at 6 p.m. and we upgraded to Monday 10 a.m. So for those that have come along and are joining us here on Monday, we really appreciate it. Careology is a subsidiary of CareBag Incorporated, a nonprofit here on the Treasure Coast. We do one thing and we do it well. We provide access to proper hygiene for our homeless and our families that are in need. Everyone, regardless of their situation, should have access to proper hygiene with dignity. We believe that hygiene should not be taken for granted. It is our mission and it is our goal to ensure that the homeless and families in need here on the Treasure Coast and into Palm Beaches where we serve have the resources to stay clean and healthy. The United Nations has a phrase, they say it best, and I love it. Access to proper hygiene should not be a privilege, but a right. And we are going to continue to do that. So I want to just point out we have a couple of things going on. We had our Bridal Expo, which we received 20% of the profits from Hearts Unfold. They had a beautiful event yesterday. So I just want to say congratulations to them and thank you for having CareBag as your nonprofit of choice. We are humbled at that. But our next event coming up is August 6th, Sunday. This is my favorite event out of the entire year for CareBag. This is where we do our fourth annual Kicking It United for our boys and girls on the Treasure Coast. Not in Port St. Lucie, not in Fort Pierce, on the Treasure Coast. Anyone that is in school gets to come and boys gets to get their hair cut, gets to get a trim. We have food, we have bounce house, we have music. We have the Florida Community Health Center coming out for anyone that is short on vaccines, anyone that needs immunizations. Please come out. We're going to be going ahead and having our registration online this week opened up. And we're going to have hygiene packs. So anyone that wants to make a donation of kids' toothpaste, regular toothpaste, deodorant, male and female, soap, and washcloths, please do. We want every child to begin school on an even playing field. They're going to get books. They're going to get papers. They're going to get pens. But let's make sure that their health and their hygiene, let them start out feeling fresh, feeling good. And we're doing it from head to toe. So if you'd like to go ahead and support, we had Anytime Fitness right here in Fort Pierce. Reach out to us. They got one of our big red bins and they are packing it up for us. If you'd like a red bin, one of our volunteers would be happy to go ahead and drop it to your office. We have many toothbrushes. So let me just say that we don't need toothbrushes. I'm just going to say it again. We have over thousands of toothbrushes. We don't need toothbrushes. But children under a certain age do need the proper toothpaste. So kids' toothpaste has a little bit more fluoride than the regular. So we really want to get kids' toothpaste, regular toothpaste, and for our other big boys and girls, deodorant, male and female. Let's give these kids a fighting chance. So many families are struggling. The little things we take for granted are that we just walk into the store and just buy. We pick up with no hesitation. Families have to sit there and say, who gets this or who doesn't? Let's open up our hearts. Let's open up our bags. If you want to make a donation to CareBag, it's easy. GiveCareBag.com and it'll take you right to our website, or you can call us at 772 222-7399, and we'll be happy. Everything is tax deductible. We've been doing this for 6 years. We've been doing it well. Our reputation speaks for ourselves, and at the end of the day, it is for the kids. It's not for us. Every cent we get for this event, we use back to our kids. Extra money, we buy nice gift certificates, Visa cards for our teachers to let them know thank you. Because remember, you're leaving your kids with them 8 hours for the day. So let us tell them thank you in any way, shape, or form, and they do appreciate it. And coming up October 14th is our new event, which we are community baby shower, and that is going to be held at the community event center here in Ariosa and Port St. Lucie Boulevard. The Port St. Lucie City has jumped behind us on this with Children's Services Council for actually both events. So we're very happy to have Port St. Lucie backing us on our two events. And we are dealing with mothers that are with certain agencies to go ahead and give them a little bit of love, the resources, so they will know how to look after their children. So we're doing any baby from 6 months to in the womb. We are doing 60 moms. We're handpicking them so they can get the resources. They're not going to have their typical baby shower. So we're going to go ahead and throw a lot of love on them. And that is what we do, teaching them how to bathe their baby properly, how to breastfeed, how to do everything so this child can be productive as they grow up. So we just wanted to put that out there. And if you hear me rushing, is because I'm really excited about this show. Really, really, really excited. Because the one thing I heard growing up was you got to have the American dream. And everyone thinks of the American dream, and the first thing you think of is getting a home. I'm a homeowner, and having that American dream, it's lovely. It's a lot of work. Can't call a landlord. Anything break, it's on you. So you better be prepared. But having your own makes a big difference. And that is what we're going to discuss today. So I have my guest with me, Jennifer Fanning. Did I say that right?
Yes, ma'am, you did.
Yeah, and she is so bubbly and a lot of energy. So this is going to be good. I love this. Welcome to Careology.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
I am so excited
You
to be here.
look excited. I love it.
I am. And I'm really excited about all the events that are taking place that are going to really be genuinely helping people in the community.
Yes. And I love it because when I first started this event, believe it or not, Kicking It United, one of my barbers, his name is Jesse White, and he started this up north in Rochester. And he was looking for, that's he from?
Yeah.
He was looking for the mayor. Everyone supported him. His story is phenomenal. He was looking for a nonprofit to partner with, and he wanted it at the Mid-Florida Event Center, but nobody partnered with him. And an agency, Allegheny Franciscan Ministries, he reached out to them, and they said, you need to call Roxy. And I met with him, and what I saw his heart and desire to do for these children were right on point with what I wanted to do.
Awesome.
So that is how we did it. We've been doing it for 4 years, and I will continue to support him because I see he's been where these children have been, not being able to get a haircut, not being able to go to school. And he wants to know that another child will never feel like how he did.
I love
And I
that.
think with his story, I think that is just phenomenal. So I support him. Kicking It United is what he called it. So we just went ahead, and we still do the name. I'm the nonprofit behind him so that we can make sure it gets done right, I's dotted, T's crossed, and everything is done proper, like CareBag always does. So I'm really happy to partner with him on this, and it has been a great venture. So, and it's a nice, when you see these kids come in, and then when they finish out that barber's chair and you see that look on their face.
Well, it makes a difference for us too, right? Like we go to the salon, we get our hair done, and we walk out, and I'm always like, I'm a new woman.
There you go. But just to see these kids' face come when they get out, because these barbers, they just don't cut. They do the styles, they do everything.
Fun.
And the barber's joy after doing this gives them just that piece of what they did for a child. So to see everybody just in that community spirit, I love it.
Love that.
And someone said, Rosen, August 6th is my wedding anniversary, but you know what, that is going to be my gift to myself.
That's right.
Not my gift for my husband, but the gift for myself.
Yeah.
This is how I'm giving back. And it's, to me, there's no time frame. School starts that week, so they're gonna have good haircuts that week.
I love it, and it goes long ways towards them learning, right, and feeling accepted and part of something.
They're gonna look like everyone else.
I love that.
And then you can always get book bags. School supplies you'll get, but having those hygiene items, that's important. Because what people are forgetting, if mama can't buy it for one, that means nobody in the house has it.
Right.
If you have 5 kids, everyone needs their own deodorant. Nobody wants to share.
Right.
So, and when I talk to teachers, they say that is the number one thing. Excuse me, having children's teeth brushed properly and deodorant. And we're going to make sure we did a little over 200, almost 300 kids. Not quite. Okay. But this year we know we're going to pass the mark, and we're going to make sure every kid that comes there gets a pack. We're going to do it. So I'm banking on my community to jump on board and help us do it. So it's going to be phenomenal. But we're going to jump back to that dream of America. So everyone wants a house.
Everybody wants to be able to buy a house. And like you just pointed out, that you're going to have even more kids, more families that have needs.
Yes.
You know, in the community, we're seeing that in the housing market as well.
Yes.
You know, that it's because things cost more, it's harder to save up for a down payment. It's harder to get things together in order to purchase. But we have this great program that actually launches today.
When she told me that, I was like, okay, Cliff, this couldn't get any better. It launches today.
Yeah.
The program launches today, so that if you, and I've been putting out my social media. I wanted people to know, because everyone's talking. I heard somebody say, sometimes, when me and you, you and I met, we are members of the Association of Christian Business Women.
Yeah.
I finally said
I know,
right.
I can never get the acronyms. I'm always like A, C,
and I'm putting N.
Yeah.
I'm always dropping a network, but it's not network, it's women. Powerful group.
Yes.
I belong there. We're in Martin County, but we're also in Palm Beach.
Yes.
And I went to my Palm Beach meeting, and we happened to sit next to each other talking about bags.
Yeah.
And it just clicked. But it's a powerful group. And what you said something to me, and when you said it, I was like, whoa. Not everybody's going to be able to get on. Some people are better off renting.
100%. Some people. Yes. And that's why, for me, I mean, my goal is to genuinely help people. I'm super honest. And so I never look at a person that I talk to as a deal or a paycheck. They're a person and they with a dream. So my job then is to figure out, how can I make their dream come true? And what is reality? So I run the numbers. I, look at how much money they make. I do a soft pull on the credit to start out with, just so that I can see what reality is, in their credit. Some people don't have that minimum credit score. This down payment assistance program requires a 640 minimum credit score, which, to be honest, is not crazy high. Right. Quite a few people fit in that bucket. Most people are at least close enough to where I can legitimately refer them to my credit repair person, or even some people I can even just give them a few ideas. If they go out and do it, then they're fine, and it boosts their credit. But 640 is that minimum credit score. So I take a look at that. And then, we discuss, what does it really look like? How much do you legitimately need to spend in order to get a suitable home for the family? And then I take what the interest rate for the day is and do some calculations and give some what if scenario on homeowners insurance, on taxes, and then give them what that payment is going to be. And then we take an honest look. If your rent is only $1,500 a month, and it's going to cost you, and it's going to be $2,300 a month for a house payment, well, I don't know. Are you ready to step up?
Are you ready to step up?
Are you ready to step up to that bigger payment? Some people are, and and it's.
You said $1,500. I was talking to somebody. And they're in a 1-bedroom apartment, paying $1,800 a month. So you were really generous.
I was super generous.
You were very, very super generous.
Yeah.
But it's hard. what if someone says, you know what, wow, I'm almost at 640. What can I do to help boost my credit?
Yeah, so
two or three things off the top of your head.
So the biggest part is utilization. So which means how much credit you have available to you versus how much of it you've used. So if you have a credit card that has $1,000 limit, if you have used $900 of that, they consider that high utilization. So if you want to get the maximum points that you can get for utilization,
pay on the credit card, people.
Yeah, and pay them down. Pay them down to a third of the balance or less. Is what helps you the most. If you have a hard time getting that, one trick of the trade is if you have a parent or an aunt or an uncle that has excellent credit and that has an old credit card that has a high balance available that they don't use, ask them to be added as an authorized signer on that card. Don't get a card, don't use that card, but then their credit history from that card becomes yours. Correct. Okay. So that's a super easy way if you know somebody that has that.
And don't give them the card. Don't give them the number.
No, do not. Yeah.
No, don't do that.
No. Just allow them to use your credit.
That's it.
Yep, your credit history there and the credit that's available. The other thing would be, I would say, is to pay your bills on time. A lot of people, they don't set up automatic payments. They, things get away from them because life gets very busy.
Yes.
And so they just don't make those payments on time. So make those payments on time. And then if you have student loans, they're going back into repayment here this fall. So I'm in
October.
Yep.
October.
So I'm encouraging my people now to find out what your income-based payment is going to be. And so that you can start psychologically getting ready that you're going to have to make that income-based payment. If you wait, the people who hold this credit, they're going to assign a payment to you. And it's going to be much higher than what you will want.
Of course.
Yeah.
So look at that. Tips on surviving.
Yes.
To getting your friend. Look, and we just started. And it is just 10:30 already, so I'm freaking out. Because time is just doing this. So normally it's a talk show, so I usually talk.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let you talk and let us know what are some of the things people can do to get into your program. And what I'm going to do, we're going to do office number.
Yes, please.
561-295-2005. Jennifer Fanning, Waterston Mortgage.
Yes.
561-295-2005. I'm going to post this on Carebag's page on her card so you can go ahead and have that number on there if you have some information. And to everyone listening to us on social media, on our platform, thank you. But we're going to really get into this program because I have so many people that are wanting a home and wanting to learn. So what for your program, we need to qualify with a 650. Credit score.
640.
Oh, 640. I went
Even
up 10
better.
points. Even better.
Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that.
Yeah, even better. We want people to get in. The higher, the better.
Yes, we do.
So they call you. You check their credit. Their score is good. What is the next? Walk us through that step that you help them with.
Yep. So the next thing is we discuss what kind of money they really can get.
Okay.
So the program is up to $35,000 in down payment assistance.
Okay.
And the great news is this is not, the money is not just intended for closing cost or down payment. It can be used for both. Okay. I used to do all kinds of first-time homebuyer programs up in New York. I'm from Rochester as well, and
Isn't that a coincidence?
Isn't that a coincidence?
And it wasn't planned. I swear it wasn't planned.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. And so that was actually the majority of my business up there was down payment assistance, and so I'm super well versed with different programs. And this, to be honest, is one of the best programs that gives the most amount of money. So up to $35,000 is what's given. And the true calculation of that is whatever your loan amount is, you get 5%. Okay, so 5% of that loan amount, which I find the majority of the time covers all the closing costs, sometimes part of that down payment as well. And it depends on what county people are buying in, because this program is available all throughout the state of Florida.
Okay.
Yep. And so the criteria is you have to be a first-time home buyer. Okay. So ask me the question, what constitutes a first-time home buyer?
What constitutes a first-time home buyer, Jennifer?
Yeah, so first time home. He's a genius.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, he knew the
knew
answer.
it.
3 years. You have to not own a home for 3 years or longer.
Man.
And then you're a first time home buyer
Your
again.
First time home buyer.
Right.
So that means we have a lot of people out there that are fit under this category.
Correct.
So now how can we help them?
Yep. So we can help them by them reaching out to me. Let's take a look at the credit history. Let's take a look at their income. A big factor in this is debt to income ratio. The program does make us stay a little bit below what I could normally do with FHA. FHA will sometimes allow up to 55% debt versus income ratio. And what that ratio is really looking at is what your gross income is versus your minimum payments according to your credit score or credit report. So not your cell phone bill, your water bill, all these different things, but what reports on the credit report. So up to 50% of your gross income can be used in total debt.
So I'm just going to throw something out there because I'm the mother of cons and pros.
Yep.
So if you're sitting there with the wallet full of credit cards and you're using them, that's not a good
I
thing.
have one word for you. Stop! Stop!
Stop, Someone came to me and was like, Roxy, I was like, every time you go into a store, oh, could you please? I'm like, no, why do I need that? Why do I'm sorry, I'm banging on the table. Sorry, Cliff. Why do I need to keep getting that credit card to boost your business? No.
Right.
You have to be able to say no.
Correct.
You have to be able to say no. You have to be able to sacrifice. And I think some people, they don't say it because everyone wants to be nice and everyone wants to be gentle. I'm not politically correct. This is my radio show.
I love it.
You got to say no. Sometimes you got to say no. I don't need that. I'm not going to buy that.
Correct.
I'm not going to go here. I'm not going to go to Vegas. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to buy the Telsa. And no, you need to be in a Honda. You're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Come on. There's a dream. You can't have a dream if you don't make a sacrifice.
Correct. And the other part of it is that you're right. People get caught up in the consumerism, and then I pull their credit. They might have good enough credit. I look at their income, but when I compare what they make versus what they have extended already in credit, it makes them ineligible to purchase a home.
The question is, how are you living?
Correct.
I talked to someone that I knew a couple years ago, and he came to me and he said, when I pull some things, I look at them, I say to myself, how are they eating, living?
Correct.
How
All
are
the
they
time.
making it? Because it's more than living hand to mouth. You're just barely making it.
Correct.
And you don't even have $20 in your account that you can use.
Correct.
So, to get the dream, there's a little bit more than getting to the dream. So we've gone through all those steps and the ratio, everything is good. But you said you had a story you started to tell me. Please do tell.
Yeah. So I had a single mama who came to me through one of my real estate friends, and I was, and she's like, Jennifer, I have a dream of owning a house. And I said, okay. So we started the process. She sent me her pay stubs. She sent me what she had in her bank account. I analyzed everything, looked at everything, and sighed. so she had good credit. Her credit score was 700, so she was responsible. She had very little debt. So she only had one credit card that she only owed like $40 a month on, so that's perfect. So she had set herself up the best that she could to purchase a house. The hard part was she really didn't have a lot of savings because she's a single mama. She's not using a bunch of credit cards to survive. So I went through the calculations, and what she could afford was under $300,000 as far as a purchase price. The realtor was super committed to helping her get a home. She was currently living in Palm Beach County. Those of you in Palm Beach County know that $300,000, you really cannot buy a single family house in Palm Beach County. So they came up further north, up Fort Pierce here area, and she was able to find a $275,000 home, single family, 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. It was just her and her daughter. Great little home, and we literally put her in that home for guess how much of her own money. How much do you think that she needed of her own money for down payment and closing costs and everything?
Cliff, we're going to have you guess.
What's your guess, Cliff?
What's your guess,
Yes.
Cliff? Yeah. What do you think she had to put down on this?
Yeah, well, how much money do you think that she had to come to closing with for this house?
How much was the price?
$275,000.
Well, probably about 60,000, perhaps. In your
No.
mind?
No, so much less than that. So this single mama came to the closing table with less than $2,500 of her own money.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that means everybody needs to take down this number again if you want that great American dream. 561-295 2005 2005 for those that it went over your head a little bit. 561-295 2005. So if there's a dream, there's a way, but there is a process.
Yes.
And in order for us to get to that dream, we have to do that process. I can't
Correct.
believe I got to take a commercial break, because if I don't, all these beautiful businesses that support me, I want to keep them happy. We are going to be right back after this message to tell you what you can do again to help get this American dream. Back with me, Roxy, and Jennifer. Thanks, Cliff. Hi, this is Roxy from Careology, and I am excited about August 6th is our back to school event. Free haircuts, braids for girls for back to school. It's going to be a fabulous event. This event, we are giving away hygiene packs. Our hygiene packs, we want to include 1 toothbrush, 1 pack of toothpaste, and deodorant. We're looking for donations. We've had over 200 kids last year. I know we're going to have more. Please help us reach this goal. You can call us at 772-222-7399. Thank you. Create custom business signage that customers can't miss or resist. Let Design a Sign in Port St. Lucie help you get the job done right. Over 80 years combined experience. Get it right the first time. Call 772-337-4027 and tell them Roxy said to call. Remember, call 772-337-4020. Design a Sign in Port St. Lucie.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
We now return to Careology, the science of caring. Once again, here's your host, Roxy Brown.
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you, and thank everyone for tuning in again. I hope everyone is really, really getting some good information, because like I said, I have been excited about this. I want to bring information that not only we talk about stuff. I don't want you to get the mama bear out of me sometimes. You know, you get that on certain conversations and a lot of political, you know, a lot of stuff that's going on. But this here is to make that dream. So if you know you have someone out there, everyone has a friend that wants a house. They come to your house and they want a house.
Yeah.
Share this number, share this information with them, because it can. The only thing you could be told is, let's start again. Do this in this amount of months. Do this in that amount of months, and you can get there. Everyone can get there. This is not a dream that you cannot get to if you
Correct.
follow a process.
Correct.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that I sit down and make plans with, and you know, and it's a 6-month process. And if they actually listen and follow through, in the end, they get a home. There's been many people, you know, over the years that I've helped make a plan that they weren't ready right then. It was no right now, but it was yes in 6 months, yes in a year. You know, so it's possible. I wanted to revisit my single mama story.
Go right ahead.
And just let people know that the reason that she could come to closing with only with less than $2,500 was the fact that the seller contributed towards some of the closing costs. So because we use the down payment assistance program, because the seller contributed, that's how we were able to get to under $2,500.
Don't know where your blessings are going to come from. You know
Correct.
what? I think when someone sees you making a very valid effort to really go ahead, you don't know when God is going to bless that person's heart to
That's
say,
right.
you know what, let me go ahead and help. Don't knock it unless you've tried it. I'm telling you, people.
100%.
I don't even want to start with my little testimony, because this show will be done. So we're just going to leave that for another day. So we go ahead. Credit repair. You said something.
Yes.
How valuable is credit repair for someone?
So the proper credit repair, people, is very valuable.
Okay.
So
you said the right word. I love that. proper, because every time
Yeah.
I've been looking for a credit repair person to talk to, and I see so many. You got to pay this, you got to pay that, you got to pay this, you got to do this. So I'm glad you said that word. That's so important. The proper
Yes.
credit repair person.
Yes. So I work with Elsie's Credit Solutions. So they have offices here in Palm Beach County, and then they're also based out of Texas and in Alabama. I know her personally. She is a super dedicated person to helping people with the dream of home ownership. So her services do cost money, but she legitimately makes things happen, and she permanently helps people fix their credit.
Right.
She doesn't just put a Band-Aid on it so that I can hurry up and pull credit so then that way they can get a house. That's not how she operates. She actually helps people permanently fix their credit.
Because we don't want you just to get the house. We want you to keep the house.
Correct.
There's a big difference.
Correct.
Taxes are due, people.
Correct.
When that bill comes, it doesn't look happy. You gotta
Yep.
you gotta keep it. You gotta continually do something with it. So I
Exactly.
like that. I would love to reach out to her and talk, because we want people to understand there is a process.
Correct.
And we want them to get it. So we go through. So when does this program end?
So there is no end to it right now.
Okay.
But I will say it's funded with a certain chunk of money.
Okay. So
And
when that money's gone.
And when that money is gone, the money is gone. However, we are entering into a election season coming up.
Oh yes.
And so Governor DeSantis, this is one of his, chief things that he has helped facilitate and helped happen in the state of Florida. So I am anticipating that even when this program runs out of money, that they will continue to fund it.
Okay.
And then another aspect of the program is that this money is not completely free to people, so it's not a grant.
Right.
There are strings attached. So the string, and this is the only part of the program that I say, people really need to be aware of, is that when you sell your home, whatever money you were given is owed back to the program so that they can keep funding for the next people.
Okay.
Or if you refinance your home, then the money goes back into the pot for the next person. Or at the end of 30 years, if you legitimately live in your home for 30 years, you've used this money with no interest, with no payment. It's just been hanging out there. At the end of 30 years, you owe the exact same amount of money that you were given. You owe that back for the next generation of people
to move forward.
Yeah, which I think is kind of a great thing,
it's
right?
Paying it forward. You got a dream because
Correct.
of somebody else's dream.
Correct.
And that's just learning you how to pay it forward.
Yeah.
The same way you felt about getting those keys and walking in your home, you want somebody else to feel that.
100%.
So I think that's more than fair. Everything can't be free.
That's 100%.
And everything free is not always good.
It's not always good.
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
For a nonprofit, I say the same thing. Not everything free is good. So I'm not even gonna go there, but not everything free. Not everything you give can we use.
Correct. So another part of this program is that there's an income cap.
Okay.
So, for instance, I had somebody call me that is a pilot and just has not saved any money and wanted to be part of the program. Well, this individual made over, so in Port St. Lucie County, $128,250 is what the income cap is.
Okay.
So that's if you're applying with two people in the household, the two people's income combined has to be below the $128,000. Okay. So this pilot hadn't saved and made over that, and so it was a I'm sorry, but you have means.
That's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole nother show.
Correct, it is. So,
yes.
So the part that I love about this program is that it's realistic.
Yes.
There's
for the ones that need it.
Correct, and there's so many other programs out there that have such low income caps, like under $40,000. Well, if you make under $40,000 with no other parts of, no other income, no other child support or anything,
you can't afford a home.
Right. And then they also put their other overlays of what the debt to income ratio can be, which is extremely low. And matter of fact, one day I got really upset at one of these agencies because I had this mom who had come to me. She had a $100,000 grant to buy a house. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. But I knew that their had to be more to the program than what they had told her. And so she came to me, and I called the agency and I said, hey, so what are your overlays? What additional rules do you have? And they said, oh, we don't have any additional rules. And being who I am and working with, hometown, or assistance, home assistance programs for many years, I knew better. And so I told her, I said, listen, let's move forward. I said, but I know there's more. And so I kept on calling them. And finally, once she got a purchase contract, they gave me the real truth, which was their real overlay of how low, the debt to income ratio had to be. And so I finally looked at them and I said, where is she going to find a $900 a month house payment? $900. Nobody can have a $900 a month, even if she bought a condo and put this $100,000 down. The HOA, the homeowner's insurance, all of these things add up to be more than $900. And so I was very upset with these people, and I let them, in a very polite, nice way, know that they were not helping people.
You're not helping. You're getting people's hopes up.
Yes.
And then what happens now? You're frustrated and you give up.
Correct.
And that's not the way to do, because there's so many. I believe running in your own backyard. You can't beat that. So that this is such a good program. I'm looking at the time and I'm like, Cliff, where did the time go? Where has the time gone? So I'm just going to be quiet. Is there anything else we need to know about this program? Because I don't know, so you need to tell us. Is there anything else we need to know that's vital for our listeners?
Yes. So you have to work at a Florida-based company.
Okay.
So that means there needs to be a brick and mortar building that you either show up to or could show up to. So you can telecommute. You can be somebody who works from home, but there has to be a building somewhere in Florida that has your company's name on it.
Okay.
Right. So there has to be that. So if you live in Florida, but you work for telecommute and work for a company up in New York,
you don't qualify.
You don't qualify. It doesn't work.
Okay.
Now,
so this is for Florida-based residents and businesses.
Correct. So then people ask me, well, hey, I work at Home Depot. Home Depot's headquarters is up north. Do I qualify? Yes.
Because there's a Home Depot.
Because there's an actual Home Depot building here in South Florida.
Okay.
So that is a big component of this. Self-employed people.
Yeah.
Self-employed people can do this program as well, but they need to be Florida-based. So they have to have some sort of address for their business. They have to be on SunBiz. So it has to be a legitimate.
Well, if you're doing a Florida business, you're supposed to be on SunBiz.
Correct.
So, because that's the only way you can get a bank account.
That is correct.
If you're not doing that, then your business is not legit. We're just going to put that out there.
Yes.
Since we're talking factual facts today.
Yeah, and the other thing that I would say is if people are self-employed, self-employed people want to write everything off.
Yeah.
Well, self-employed people, and I understand that. I owned my own business for many years, so I understand the desire to write things off. You don't want to pay the government any more than you have to. We all pay taxes everywhere for everything that we do. But you need to claim income, because self-employed people, your income, according to the banks, according to the lending rules, is what your net income is. So after you've written off all your mileage, after you've written off all your supplies and everything that you've written off, that's what you're left with. And I have a lot of self-employed people that hand me 2 years worth of taxes that have a negative number in front of their net. And that means I have no income to work with. So I say if you're self-employed, around October of this year, you need to contact me. Let's look at your taxes in the past. Let's make a plan for 2023 taxes so that you can claim enough money, pay taxes on that money so that you can purchase a home.
Boy, I tell you, should have had you on a long time ago. Because this is such valuable information.
It is.
And now that it opens up today, people can start getting ready. You can see, because is this a program that comes, it starts today, which is July 3rd.
July 3rd.
Happy Independence for everyone tomorrow. Be safe, please. And what about next year? Will it open up again next year?
It should open up again. Yep, it should open up again next year, yes.
So I'm just going to throw this out there. If I'm wrong, please correct me, because I'm not a lender, a loaner, or a mortgage, nothing. So get yourself seen. Find out where you are.
Yes.
It's amazing. When we want to plan a trip, we pack our bags, know what suitcases we have.
Do Google searches.
We do everything when we're planning this vacation or we're going somewhere. Why don't you go ahead and put that same oomph? My mama used that word.
Yeah.
That same oomph and that same energy into saying, okay, I want to own a home. Today's July 3rd.
Yeah.
Let me make a plan. If I know I can't reach that goal now, what do I need to do, Jennifer, that I can have that conversation and say, Jennifer, what do I need to do that this time next year I can be ready to move into my home?
Correct.
Wouldn't that be a nice gift for 2024?
What a beautiful gift.
That
what a
would be
beautiful
amazing.
gift. Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Absolutely.
So, we need to start looking into that. I want to go to Bora Bora. I want to go all over the place.
Yeah.
Not every place we can't. There's not enough Joneses. There got to be X amount of Joneses, X amount of Roxys, and X amount of people that just trying to make it through. We all can't be in the same boat.
Correct.
So this is how we can go ahead and do better.
Absolutely.
So what else that we need to touch on before my time goes that we need to let them know?
So another thing that I have been hearing for probably the last year now is house prices are going to come down. It's going to crash. So now is a terrible time to buy as a first-time buyer. Interest rates are high. Oh, you'd be amazed. Yeah. So this is this is the mentality. And so interest rates are higher than they were a year and a half ago. But what's happened is so many people have that thought process that they've just stopped looking. So it's actually a great time for first-time home buyers to buy because houses are staying on the market longer. You're not competing against 40 other people. So you can actually put in a purchase contract.
Boom has kind of left now.
Yes, it has. Yes. And so there's opportunities now for the first-time home buyer. And the other great part about this program is that there's no fee for an interest rate. So a lot of interest rates right now have points attached to them or a fee for the interest rate. This down payment assistance program has zero fee for the interest rate. And the interest rates are lower than if I were to go out to the open market to get you an interest rate somewhere else through FHA, VA. So it's a lower interest rate. It is.
So this is basically being pre-approved when you start looking for a house.
Yes.
That's how I'm, at the end of the day, that's how I'm looking at it. You go through this process. Not only are you able to go ahead, just to correct me when I go through my steps.
Yep.
Not only are you able to go to the process to go ahead and get a home, but now your credit has been repaired.
Correct.
So you are able to go ahead and enjoy that home because you follow the steps accordingly.
Yes.
Your credit is repaired. You're now, everything is in there that you can sit in your home and enjoy your home.
Correct.
But it also means that this is a pay it forward program.
Yes.
So as you enjoy this, depending on how long you stay in that home or whatever you do, you're going to have to pay it forward so someone else can reap that same benefit.
Correct.
And you have to be a Florida business, Florida brick and mortar business stationed in this state.
Correct. 100%.
I think I got this.
Yeah.
There we go. I got this. There we go.
It's a pretty broad. I mean, it's open to
There's
a lot
steps.
of people.
There are steps.
And there's steps, yes.
But we need to, I think out of a lot of different programs I hear about, I think this one so far for me has been the best program because it's an open field that you have given someone so much opportunity.
Correct.
There's so much opportunity you can get that home.
100%.
So I think that is just a fabulous program. And before Jennifer, thank you.
You're welcome.
I love this. This has just been so amazing. What else? If you have 3 minutes, what do you want to tell someone that's sitting there saying, okay, I got this, I got that, I think I qualify? What do we need to tell them to come in and just reel them in?
Yep. So what you need to do is reach out. Let's go over the numbers. Even if you don't want me to pull credit right away, let's just go over pencil, paper. I call it monkey math. You know, pencil, paper, write down some numbers. Old school. I'm old school. I still carry like a mortgage calculator.
carry a book.
I don't need a computer to figure out like what you qualify for, as long as you're being honest.
Yes.
Now, and then some people really don't know what's on their credit, so
Right.
that is another factor. So if on paper things seem to be okay, then the next step obviously is to pull that credit, to take an actual application. A first-time homebuyer class. I'm going to start launching some first-time homebuyer classes. So then that way people can come, like a Zoom meeting, from the comfort of your home to be able to learn in detail things that they need to do to be ready.
I love that. The minute you said that, I just saw all the moms and dads that we help at Care Bag that are working so hard, that are trying to save. I said, oh my goodness. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, and we could potentially partner with you,
Yes.
to send out to your
Yes.
database, and then I would come in person, have the resources, and
people don't know.
people do not know.
People don't know, and now I always say this: knowledge is power. In order for you to learn, you have to know. And when I don't know something here on this radio, doesn't matter that I am the radio host. It doesn't matter. When I don't know, I get the experts in to give you that valuable information. You want to talk about homeless, diapers, depends, I'm your girl. Let's talk about loan mortgages to get a house. Let's talk to Jennifer.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We want to give everyone that open playing field. And when we all have it, you can't say you don't know.
Correct.
That's it. A lot of people, I didn't know. You know now. If you're listening to WPSL, the millions of listeners, you know now.
You know now.
You know you can get a home. Right, Cliff?
Yes.
We can help everyone get a home and do what they have to do. And that's important.
Maybe we could do away with the homelessness.
From your lips to God's ears.
Oh, wouldn't that be beautiful?
Wouldn't that be nice?
That'd be a beautiful thing.
But you know what we do? When we start helping people to own a home, when you want to give back and you see how important that home is to you, you would value helping others go ahead and get in that position.
We have to show them the light at the end of the tunnel.
We got to show them that it is
Yes.
possible. It is not a dream that only X amount or certain people can own a home. Any and everyone could own a home if you want to. This has been absolutely amazing. Are we missing anything? Because I don't want you to leave and say, "Oh my God, I forgot to say this."
No, I don't think that we're missing anything. I mean, the process is pretty straightforward. One thing I would tell people is if you have student loans, remember they're coming out of deferment. And student loans, if you are a young person going to college, don't just pay for the big 4-year experience if you can't afford it and get loans, because
and if you're not going to do nothing with it.
Correct, because it prevents a lot of people from owning homes.
Yes. Wow.
And the colleges don't tell you, and I'm happy.
No, they just
and
want
I'm
that
happy.
money.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to talk to that college student, even if you're not buying for another 10 years. I'm happy to talk to that college student and show them what happens to a debt to income ratio when you have $50,000, $100,000 in student loans. I had a lady come to me one time that had $300,000 in student loans, had all these fancy degrees, and only made $40,000 a year.
Wow. That's why, you know what? We got a couple minutes to go, but I'm glad you said that, because I had a conversation with someone last night and they wanted to go back to school. And this is what I said. If you're going back to school and you know you're not going to use it and you can't make any money, stop.
Agreed.
Stop.
Agreed.
They want you in. They want their money, because you build up their nest egg.
Correct.
When you're getting in there. And at the end of the day, you have nothing to show for it.
Yep.
We need to be smarter, play harder, but be smarter.
Correct.
That's it. All those papers on the wall can't help you if you can't have a paycheck.
Well, and Roxy, can I tell you, I see people's income all day long. That's what I do, is I look at how much people make, and the blue collar workers who are skilled tradesmen make significantly more.
But we talked
significantly
about that.
more.
No, we talked about that. She went and said, "Well, what do you think is the best job?" I said, "For me, right now, the best job," I said, "is my waste management, my garbage men." Because I said, if they don't come and pick up my garbage, I said, my house smells like crap. Because I got to breathe in it all day. So I said, I love them. Postman, not really too happy about you because you bring me bills. But I said, my garbage men, I love you. I said, my Starbucks, my McDonald's, my Wendy's, when I'm hungry and you got to pull in real quick, you want to see somebody at that window. Do not knock a trade down, because when my water heater went, Elite Electric, your plumbing goes, You need electric. You need. Do not knock technicians. We are always going to need you.
The AC techs.
Jesus.
And they make a decent living.
But we can't do without them. We're in
No,
Florida.
we can't.
We can't do without them. So we could laugh at the last part, but Jennifer, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. I'm super blessed to be on the show.
You're welcome. And I see Cliff just doing this to me, so I'm just going to wrap it up. This has been Roxy, and I just want you to remember, thank you for listening to all the people listening to from around the world, and to my girl, Jen in Holland. Love you, love you, love you. I got a Jen in Holland.
Oh, another Jen.
Yes, I got another
There's so
Jen
many of us.
living in Holland that listens to our show that from 6 p.m. now to 10 a.m. We appreciate it. And we just want to say thank you. Tune in again Monday, next week, 10 a.m. Love you guys. Have a great July 4th. Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Careology, the science of caring, presented by CareBag. And heard every Monday morning in the 10 a.m. hour on WPSL Port St. Lucie. It's one of the many reasons why we are the talk of the Treasure Coast and webcaster to the world. Thanks for joining us.